Hey, this is Troy Taylor with the Championship Football Coaches Clinic podcast, sponsored by Reps, Virtual Reality, First Down Playbook, Rack Coach, The Top Hopper, Sideline Design, Sports Workbook, and Tip of the Spear. I got my old friend, Jared Van Acker, who is doing the annual Commonwealth Football Coaches Association clinic. We're fired up about that. Every coach in Virginia is going to be there, so if you haven't signed up yet, it's not too late. Jared, how do you feel about this year's clinic and the lineup? And, I think this is the second year, or is this the third year now?
Second year. Yep. So I'm super stoked. We got a dynamic lineup. Once again, it's tomorrow. It's an all-day, one-day clinic. Take a page out of
Yes.
your own Troy Taylor.
Yeah, no
all-day
hotels,
clinic.
dude. Yeah,
Yep.
no hotels,
And,
no answering to wives.
yes, sir.
Get home
yes, sir.
before supper.
And I think that was a very wise decision that you did probably 15, 20 years ago. You've been running that clinic.
Yeah, 09, I think.
Yeah,
09.
and so took your advice. One day, all day clinic from 8:30 to 8:30 p.m.
Good gosh.
Then we'll have a little coaches social. So we'll be talking football for 12 hours straight in Waynesboro, Virginia.
Yeah, brother. So I may have some of our regulars comment here. A lot of them are middle school students or other high school coaches that might want to ask you a question. But, when I saw the lineup, I saw that you had the UVA coaches. And, man, I'm so happy with Coach Elliott and what he's doing at UVA. And I got to see them play against NC State last year. And then I got to see him play against Virginia Tech. And, that was a great ball game too. Virginia Tech played well, but I'm so excited about Coach Elliott and his staff. So just talk a little bit about the UVA staff and, what they're bringing to the table tomorrow.
Yeah, Coach Elliott's going to be talking a little bit about his RPO scheme. Obviously, he's an offensive guru, got his, name out there being at Clemson with Coach Dabo Sweeney.
And Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, Deshaun Watson,
quarterback.
Man.
Deshaun Watson, absolutely. And then we're going to have a strength conditioning coach from there. So kind of implementing a football strength and conditioning program for the high school level. Coaches are really excited about that. And then we're going to have Coach Rudd. Coach Rudd is the defense coordinator. He's going to come in and talk about what he does, on the defense side of the ball. And, one thing that's really cool.
Yeah, that was my alarm to wake me up when we were going to go at, 5:30. So that's why I'll probably have another one here in about 15 minutes. So can you hear me now, Coach?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Oh, crap. Hey, check. You got me, Coach. I feel like I'm on the headsets on the sidelines.
Nothing like it.
Check. Check.
I got you there.
Check.
Yep, I got you.
Hey, you got me, Coach?
Me? I got you.
Oh, crap, I can't hear you. So what? I don't know what I did, Coach.
You can't hear me right now? I can hear you.
Check. You got me, Coach.
I got you.
Okay, look. Last year in the regional championship against Highland Springs, I think we got through maybe half the game, and nobody told me that my headset wasn't working. I mean, that's not a good sign, Coach. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's my AirPods. I got the AirPods from the flea market or what, Coach, but I'm sorry. Technical difficulties. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina for a clinic that, I'd gotten coaches all around the country to come to a clinic that because I didn't want to rent a hotel. I mean, I hate those rules, Coach. So you got lucky, and you're using a high school, Waynesboro. But last thing I heard was Coach Rudd, Coach.
Yeah, so Coach Rudd's going to kind of talk defense and football from UVA's point of view. So really excited about UVA staff. I mean, it's not too far from Charlottesville. They're going to bring the whole staff up here and talk with college or with high school coaches. So pretty stoked about that. You know, Blanda Wolf, personal friend of mine, great, you know, director of high school relations from UVA. I've known him probably for about 20 years, Coach.
Yep.
And you know, he's always worked really good with me back when I was working with Nike and the Nike Coach of the Year Clinic.
Yep.
And you know, he just came to the table with me, and you know, he helped kind of you know, sign up this deal at the Best Western there in Waynesboro, and right across the street you have the Fish and Pig restaurant, which they just fed the game day crew when game day came to JMU. So
awesome, man. I love the Fish and Pig.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So we're going to have a social after the clinic's over with barbecue and catfish, and you know, having a good time right there at the Fish and Pig.
Yeah, it means a lot being, you know, us being, you know, all over the state of Virginia as high school coaches, but having a staff at UVA and Virginia Tech. I don't say anything bad about any of the Virginia schools, but UVA and Tony Elliott. I mean, when we had the clinic 2 years ago in Richmond, I mean, his whole staff came. So, you know, shout out to Coach Tony Elliott and the job he's doing, and how, you know, he shows love to Virginia high school coaches. So who do you have after Coach Elliott and his guys, Coach?
So I got a mixture of other high school coaches and college coaches. So, you know, we got Coach Stein Spring, new head football coach, starting a new program, Division III, Roanoke College. He's going to be coming in. Also, another new head coach at UVA Wise, Coach Bass.
Nice.
You know, so, you know, kind of introducing those guys. You know, Coach Steiny, he doesn't need any introduction. He knows everybody, right? Because it's been so important for the state for so long. But, you know, getting Coach Bass here to meet a bunch of college or high school coaches, that helps out a lot with recruiting.
Yes.
And kind of, you know, the exposure to our state for him. So, you know, I'm really excited about that. One thing that was really important to me was I wanted to get one speaker.
There was my other alarm. See, I got to set alarms. I got alarms to remind alarms.
There
you got me, Coach.
Yeah, I got you.
I think that's the last alarm.
That's no problem at all. But then one thing that was really cool was I was able to get one speaker from each of the state champions.
Hey, you got me, Coach.
I got you.
I don't know. Dude, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I have alarms to remind me of alarms. So I think that's the last one, Coach. Let me just go on my phone real quick to make sure. All right, I don't have another alarm until 6 a.m. every weekday, Coach. Yeah. So all you young coaches out there, I mean, to be a head coach, you don't have to be very smart. Look at me. So, Coach Steiny, I heard Coach Steiny, and I love Coach Stein Spring and the job that he did at Virginia Tech and JMU, and being an O-line guy, an offensive coordinator. I mean, how lucky are we to have him coming in? I mean, Coach Sherman at Ferrum. I mean, dude, I know, Coach, you are originally from, is it Ohio?
Illinois.
Coach, I couldn't pick Illinois on a map, but it's near Ohio, I think. I'm not just yeah. It's, dude, the college Division III programs in the state. I mean, they're top tier, man. I was about to say that we were up there with Ohio's Division III football, but they got Mount Union. But I mean, what do you think about that, Coach? The small college football that is available to our student athletes in Virginia. I mean, it's pretty special.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And you know, I think, you know, in the ODAC, you know, you You got Hampton Sydney that went really deep in the playoffs this past year. You got CNU, who's an up and comer. You know, I know Coach Steiny. He's gonna get Roanoke College on the map. I guarantee you that.
Yes, sir.
So I mean, you know, we got a really rich tradition of Division III football here in the state, and you know, once again, it's only to benefit our student athletes here in the state of Virginia. So, you know, we're all about supporting them, and that's the great thing about a lot
Amen.
of the college coaches, UVA, Virginia Tech. We got Liberty, we got JMU. They're all there to help, you know, that pipeline of Virginia talent to the Virginia schools.
Exactly. And, you know, I'm a Virginia guy, and I know you've been here long enough, and you've coached everywhere, Coach. So, you know, you have your Virginia card. Has anyone ever told you that you have your VA card?
I think you told me that a year or two ago that
Wow.
I officially got my Virginia card.
Yeah, you got it, Coach. You deserve it. You've lived it everywhere. Southwest Virginia, Northern Virginia, the beach. I mean, you know, Coach, I'm from Richmond. Everywhere's the beach east of us. I guess like Williamsburg, we call it the beach.
Yeah.
Anybody else that pops into your mind, and how much is it? And then we'll talk a little bit about, you know, your new opportunity, man, which I'm so excited and happy for you. So,
Yeah, appreciate it.
anything else about the clinic that you can think of that pops into your mind?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna host all the state champions. So you're gonna have Coach Blunt
Nice.
from Phoebus High School. You're gonna get Coach McCain from Maury High School, 5A state champion. You're gonna get Dio, the head football coach at Freedom Woodbridge, now the head football coach at Hayfield, Division
Wow.
6. You get Shane Ellen, all the way from Galax out in Southwest Virginia. You know, and then you get Coach Chris from Radford. So, you know, we got the top tier, all, you know, state championships going to be represented. You're going to have the new head football coach, Coach Chesney from JMU. You get Coach Chadwell.
Coach. Go ahead, Coach.
You get Coach Chadwell, who's, you know, the new head football coach at Liberty University. He's our keynote speaker at the end. You know, Liberty, they were one of only 4 teams that went undefeated in the regular season, went to the Fiesta Bowl. Mm-hmm. Like, who would have thought Liberty University playing in the Fiesta Bowl? You know, that's huge.
The Falwell family. That's it. That's it, Coach. Yep. The Falwell family. I used to watch him on TV, man, when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean,
man. Oregon,
it's
dude.
amazing. It's amazing,
man.
You know, and so we got a bunch of you know, what we're calling the rapid fire sessions, where we'll have panelists, where we'll have like 3 to 4 head football coaches across the state, kind of talking about a specific topic, and you get a lot of great ideas in a very short time period. You get a bunch of different viewpoints. So really excited. Youth coaches can come for free. You know, I mean, you can't ask for anything better than that. No. Free clinic, you know. So, you know, I'm really excited. We got a great lineup.
You killed it, Coach. You killed it, man. I mean, you killed it with the 6 state champions and getting the new JMU head coach and UVA, Coach Steinspring. You killed it, man. You knocked it out of the park, brother.
Yep, and the whole staff from Virginia Tech's going to be up here.
What?
Coach Fry's got another speaking engagement at another clinic that I won't talk about, but
yeah.
So he won't be there. He's going to come up for a good portion of the day, and then he's going to go do his other speaking engagement. But the entire staff of Virginia Tech's going to be there.
That's crazy. I mean, all those guys will be available, man. If you're there, I mean, pull a coach to the side, get him in a classroom, man. I mean, you got the whole staff from UVA and Virginia Tech coming. That's crazy, man. That's a great opportunity.
Sorry about that. I got
it's okay,
myself.
Coach. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's just a great opportunity.
I mean, you got me, Coach?
Yeah, I got you, brother.
You got me?
Yes, sir, I got you. You got me?
Hello?
Check. You might have to go out and come back in. Check, 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 check. You got me, Coach?
Gotcha.
Okay, yeah. Coach, my dad taught me a long time ago. Okay, he's born in 1942. He's still living. He's 80 some years old, 82, and he worked for Reynolds Metals. And he said, Troy, when in doubt, unplug it. And that was a long time ago. So pretty much, Coach, if anything happens, I just go out of the program and go in. And look at that, man. Yeah.
I hear you.
So, Coach, you have a new opportunity at maybe one of the schools in Northern Virginia that have such a rich tradition. I mean, not a particularly old school, because I mean they were a new school when I was in school, but heck, I'm old now, and they beat Verona in 1990.
98 or 99?
1995, they beat them in the state semis. I think they won a state championship with Ahmad Brooks. I was there. So
Yep.
Coach Brown, he opened that up, and then Coach Sorrentino was the head coach there. Now you're taking over. So how does it feel, Coach, from being a longtime head coach and going to being an assistant coach, and now you're going back to, be the head guy?
Yep. I mean, it's a dream come true. It honestly is a great opportunity for me. For multiple reasons. Obviously they got a very tradition rich, so that makes me like I'm going home, because where I grew up in Illinois, it was the same way. So the expectations there, the standards set, that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited about that. It's great to go back to Prince William County. I live in Prince William County. And so that allows for me to do something that I've never had the opportunity to do. And that is to coach my own son. My son is a freshman at Battlefield High School right now. He was a starting quarterback for the freshman team.
Nice.
And so now he's able to transfer to play for me at C.D. Hilton. And pupil placed me there at C.D. Hilton. And so that will be the first opportunity I've ever been able to coach him and tackle football.
That's
I've
awesome.
done the 7-on-7. I've done the flag football stuff. But I've always been coaching everybody else's kids, when it came to the fall. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a great experience.
Yeah, I mean, talk a little bit about, I've known you for a long time. I remember when you were assistant coach. Being the young up and comer and the assistant, the guy everybody's talking about, to being the coach who is head coach at one program, and then you go to take another job, and then something happens, and then you have to take another job. And I mean, talk to the young coaches out there, the guys that want to move up, the guys that want to be head coaches. What should they look for? I mean, you don't understand administration support until you don't have it. Yeah. MK is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. She's a middle school student, and she watches every podcast. She is loyal to Totem Pole Nation, man. She wants to know, who is this special person? He's my great friend, Coach Jared Van Acker. He's having the best football coaches clinic in Virginia tomorrow. He's got the whole UVA and Virginia Tech staff. He's got every state champion high school coach that won a state championship this year, and he just took over a tradition-rich program in Northern Virginia, the Hilton Bulldogs. So what would you say to the young coaches? Because, driving down here to Charlotte, I talked to my girlfriend about, when you're young, you think you know your future, and well, if I do what's right and then do my best, then we're going to win championships. But then you figure out, hey, you don't win a championship every year, and then situations that you've been through and support from administration. Talk to the young coaches out there, because everybody wants to be the head coach until you're the head coach. So just reflect back on your journey, Coach. And now that, if someone would have told you 20 years ago, dude, you're going to get to coach your son, you would have said, man, that's awesome. And look, you didn't even have to ask for it. It just happened. Like, that's how blessed we are, man. So, yeah, I'm great. I drove to Charlotte, North Carolina, MK. That's where I'm at. And Coach is up in Virginia. And we just wanted to talk about this clinic. So just reflect a little bit, Coach, on your journey and you've learned and what maybe, we're serving, we're giving back.
Yeah, no, I think the first thing I would say to a young assistant coach is be a sponge. Learn everything. Go to these clinics like I'm hosting tomorrow, and not only just focus in on maybe what the scheme is that your team's actually running, but learn ball all together. Because if you're a defensive coach, you go sit in on those triple option offense coaches clinics because somewhere down the road you're going to face a team that runs a triple option. You got to stop it.
Yeah, and Coach, can I say something about that, Coach? I had a young guy who was a GA for me, and his name's Shane Reynolds, and I told him, I said, dude, you have to be a football historian. And he was like, nah, I don't read books. And I was like, dude, you need to study the game. You have to know, like, what ran the offense out of football and what stops it. And, dude, he had to open up with a wing T team. And we just went. I said, dude, go to Riverheads. Is it Riverheads that wins all the state championships? I said, look at them do it. So, yeah, Coach, I just had to say that, man, because when you're young, you got all the answers. But, dude, you have to know everything. You're right on, Coach. Just keep going. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, that's no problem. And so, like, when I got into coaching, I got into coaching while I was still a college student, and I got to mentor. My first year of coaching, I was an assistant at Carthage High School. We went all the way to the state championship and lost. I've been mentored by great head coaches. I think the three mentor coaches who mentored me are all in the Hall of Fame in the respective state, in the high school, and even in college. So, like, I've had great mentors, and that's only been. So I would say that too to a young coach. Put in the time, get mentored by a really successful coach, somebody that you can relate to and learn from, and wait for your time. When I got out of college, I got a great coaching opportunity in Virginia at William Campbell High School under Coach Brad Bradley. And one of the first things he said to me was, hey, Coach, give me 3 years. I know you want to be a head coach one day. I think you're going to have that opportunity. But give me 3 years, and I'm going to make you a better candidate and a better coach. And he absolutely did. In those 3 years, we won 1 state championship. We won 3 region championships. And that was with, back when we had to face off against Vic Hall and the Gretna Hawks and all that kind of stuff, and the Riverhead, And, so when I got that opportunity, I was the youngest head football coach in the history of the state of Virginia at 25.
Wow.
Since then, they've had a lot more younger coaches than that. But,
at the time, you were the youngest.
Yeah, at the time, I was the youngest.
All time.
And you know what I thought I knew my stuff, Coach. But I thought I knew. You don't know until you are in that chair, and you have to be that head coach, and you have to make those calls, and you have to talk to those administrators. You have to talk to the parents. It's a lot of on-the-job training.
Yes, you don't know what you don't know. And I told Shane when he took the head coaching job at Mechanicsville, I said, dude, when you're the head coach, it's like dog years. It's 7 years in one. Like, bro, you just ain't calling the offense or coaching the quarterbacks. Like, you get a lot of gray hair, man. So, and talk about that, Coach. I mean, you learn more by doing, and you learn more from your failures than your successes. I mean, that's what life's about, is about overcoming and learning. So talk about that, Coach.
Go through 100%. And, you learn from your mistakes. We're all human. We're all going to make mistakes. On young coaches that want to be a head coach, be you. Because at the end of the day, when you put your head on the pillow, and you know that you did the right thing, you did what you wanted to do, you can sleep good, sleep full nights. Be yourself, be true
You,
to who you are, and great things will happen.
You're motivating me, dude. Like I'm starting to think about things that I want to say, and one thing I want to say is about mentors, and then the second thing, remind me because I'll forget, is about being you. Okay, so the first thing about mentors, man, I'm big into this because Mark Amaro, who's a professional wrestler, he said that show me your friends and I will show you your future. I had a dude tell me in a clinic when I was probably 22. He said, dress like the head coach, act like the head coach. You know, when I was at
Yep,
Meadowbrook as an assistant, I
100%.
pretty much ran the program. Yeah, so you have to look the part. You have to be the guy that people are saying, that guy's going to be a head coach, or that guy's going to be going to college. So, I mean, what is it? Fake it till you make it? Or if you want to be a head coach, dress like a head coach. Not everybody can be Bill Belichick. All right, once you get to be Bill Belichick, you can cut your sleeves off and everything like that. So show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Mark Marrow said that, and he said the reason he knows that is because he surrounded himself with losers and he became a loser. So if you want to be a
Yep.
great football coach, surround yourself with winners, and you've done that. And a lot of times, it really ain't up to us. We're blessed with these opportunities. And Mr. Beast, I'm down here in North Carolina, so I'm a fan of Mr. Beast. Why? Because that guy does his homework. And he said that he got fat. He was sitting around making YouTube videos, kind of like me, coach. I can gain 100 and lose 100. He said that he wanted to lose weight. He wanted to get in shape. So he said, and the kids understand this better, coach. The cheat code to life is to surround yourself with people you want to be like. That's Mr. Beast. The cheat code to life is to surround yourself with people you want to be like. So he
Yep.
wanted to be in shape. He surrounded himself with bodybuilders. Why? Because they eat right. Hey, man, you want to go to the gym. It ain't, hey, man, you want to go to the bar. You want to go to McDonald's. You want to order 5 pizzas and eat them all. Like, surround
Yep.
yourself with people you want to be like. He wanted to be in shape. He surrounded himself with bodybuilders. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to say was be you. Okay, so then I'm going to pass it over to you, coach. Like, when you're a kid, you think that you know who you are. Okay, well, once we get older, we realize that we tried to be other people or we tried to be like other people and it didn't work out. So if we're coaches and we're 25, 22 years old, we can recognize that we learn who we are. So when you're coaching, dude, I was talking to my girlfriend about this on the way down here. When you're a kid, you emulate your parents. Okay, discipleship is that you have the discipline. You have someone to show you the way. And this is what I said, Coach. I don't know if this has ever been said like this. You can tell me. If you're a kid growing up and you watch your parents do what adults do, okay, you're a kid and you watch your mom get up every single morning and go to work and then come home and go to another job. If you watch your parents do what adults do, you want to stay a kid as long as possible. But if you're a kid who you see parents do things that adults shouldn't be doing, then you want to hurry up, speed the process up, and you want to become an adult yourself. I'm getting deep now, coach, but do you understand what I'm saying here about this? Like, you don't know who you
Yep.
are. You need to give yourself time
Yeah,
to
100%.
grow. And that thing about the kids, have you ever heard that? That, like, if I'm a kid, oh, dad has to go to work every day. Dad's got to pay bills. I don't want to do that. I want to be a kid as long as possible. But if you see parents who are doing the wrong thing and having fun and they're not getting up every morning going to work, or they're running around town all the time, that's a bad example. And kids like that want to grow up too soon. They want to be adults because they think that's what adults do. No, the number one statistic in the NFL
Exactly.
that they look at is there somebody there that gets up every morning and goes to work? Work ethic. So, coach, anything that I said motivated you or sparked something in you that you want to say from that?
No, I think it hits the nail on the head, man. I mean, if you really want it and you want to work hard for it, you can achieve anything you want. And like you said, if you want to be that football coach, not surround yourself by successful football coach, and that's kind of what we've been doing with this coaches plan or coaches association. I'm surrounding myself with Lauren Johnson and Coach Hatfield at Battlefield, and
Coach Tom
I
Hall,
mean
Billy Mills,
Tom
the
Hall, Billy
goats,
Mills from
the
Dinwiddie. I mean, you
goats.
can name them. And so I mean, like, when you rub elbows with those guys and you exchange ideas, you only continue to grow. And that's
Yes,
what I always stress about, like, going to clinics
man.
is like, always be a sponge. You never stop learning. When you stop learning, that's when you get beat. You know.
Man, just talking to you has motivated me, bro. Like, I've been on kind of a journey of knowledge and learning, and whatever you're doing, whatever you're seeing, whatever you're watching, whatever you're listening to, you're learning. You may not know it, but you are. And the best coaches I've ever talked to or been around say that they learn more from their players than their players learn from them. So they say it's better to give than to receive. And when I help you, I help myself. So if you are the best coach and the best teacher, you're probably going to be the best learner, because there's no way to be the best teacher and coach unless you question, unless you make mistakes, unless you learn from others. So, like, anything there, coach? I'm starting to get deep, man. I don't
Yeah.
want to get too wacky.
No, that's no problem. But I mean, like, one of the, there's multiple scenarios in my 22 years of coaching high school football, 14 as a head football coach, where I can go back to uh, an ex-player that opened up my eyes. Learning
Mm.
from the people that you coach. I have example, leadership council. I have a leadership council, one member from each class, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. Then you have your three permanent captains, and we meet on Mondays. We talk about leadership things. We pick, what we're going to wear for that week. All that kind of stuff in this group, and we talk about, like, the temperature of the team. And you know I give these kids all the credit because they say, "Hey, coach, at
You got me, coach? Hold on, I'm going to come back. Check, 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 check. You got me, coach? Check, check, check. I ain't got you for some reason. Check, 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 check. Check, check. All right, coach, if this don't work, you go out and come back in. Or either I'll put. Yeah, I can't hear you, man. All right, I'm gonna remove you from the stage. All right, let me bring you back in. Check, check, check. Man, Mm. Hey, Coach, you got me? All right, I'm gonna take you out and go back in, Coach. All right, so I'm having some technical difficulties. This is on me. Hopefully, if MK, if you're still watching, put it in the chat, and hopefully, Coach will come back on. I'm gonna send him a message.
Can you hear me, Coach?
Check, 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 check. You got me, Coach?
I got you.
Okay, brother. I can edit this out later for YouTube, but I mean, dude, we were rolling. Like you hit you me up, and I'm sitting here, and I've been thinking about all this stuff for a while, and just talking to you makes me. I mean, dude, when I learn about you, I learn about myself. I think the greatest coaches and teachers realize that.
Yep.
And just from talking to you, it makes me think about my journey. And your journey has led you to coaching your son. I mean, there's nothing more important than that. So, is there anything different that you're doing this time around, Coach, that you might not have done before, or things that you learned from those goats that you've been able to meet and rub elbows
Yeah.
with?
Yeah. I mean, I think one thing that I've learned early in my I used to call almost defense and this and that. So what I started implementing is more like you're only as good as the people you surround yourself with as a head coach.
Amen.
So you want to surround
Amen.
yourself with some great assistant coaches and let them coach. That's the big thing. Let your assistant coaches coach. Give them power, give them authority into your program, and you'll see them flourish. And then obviously that's going to help them in their career of coaching, but also the kids benefit out of it. And that's the ultimate goal is, to provide that great experience for our student athletes. So, I've learned to scale back, Mr. Coach VA and give more authority to my assistant coaches. The other thing that I've learned is, keep your priorities straight and in the right view. I'm a big
Now,
four
that's a good
guy.
person right there. Yeah.
I'm a big four guy. So it's faith, family, future, and
Faith,
football.
family. Faith, family. This is Coach Jared Van Acker. Yeah, we're talking about the clinic. Coach, one thing I learned is there's coaches that are famous, and then there's coaches that make other coaches famous.
Yep.
There's always dudes behind the scenes, like in the civil rights movement. Martin Luther King, he was the head, but there were older dudes that were behind him, and he was chosen because of his charisma and his speaking ability and how he could, touch people. And dude, he was willing to sacrifice. Like, we're coaches, we're called to serve, and
Yep.
as assistant coaches, we're called to serve. And dude, loyalty. What is it? Jim Reed told me loyalty is a crop that is rarely sowed in this day
Yep.
and age. So, Coach, wait. anything else that you want to say that we haven't, or anything else you want to expand upon? And I got to go, but I love you, brother. Is there anything else you want to say about our
Well,
conversation
just
in the clinic?
at the clinic, we're going to be giving out the Broyles Award for the top
Amen.
assistant football coach in the state of Virginia. We
Thanks
got
for
5
reminding me
regional
that.
guys. Yeah, you know, Coach Bland, he won the Richmond Metro
He was my
regional
coach.
coach. Yes.
He's the reason I wanted to become a coach, because when you start coaching, you emulate the guy that coached you, and then you learn yourself. You have to learn yourself. That takes time.
Yep.
Man. And Coach Bland was that dude. He changed lives, Coach.
Yep.
So I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I had to say something to about Coach Bland, because I mean, I wouldn't be who I am without him.
And I'm the same boat. Coach Denny Derricks was my head football coach. I wouldn't be sitting doing what I'm doing without him, you know.
Amen.
And impacting kids' lives. That's what it's all about.
Amen.
You know, we got Coach Murphy from Salem. We got Coach LaFont Thorogood from Oscar Smith.
I remember him.
I mean, he was a dynamic quarterback in his day at Ocean Lakes under Coach Scott. Now he's coach quarterbacks, doing a great job at Oscar Smith under his coach, which is pretty cool too, because I just hired my quarterback coach, and his name's Graham Walker. He played for me at Battlefield, and so now he's going to coach for me. After he was the Division IV Player of the Year at Woodgrove, and then he just finished his career at
a lot of flesh.
Frostburg State. So,
brother, I love
awesome.
you. I love you. You killed it. You crushed it, dude. I'm so happy for y'all, man. And have a great time tomorrow. It's what it's all about, man. Learning, getting better, and loving what you're doing, dude. You're doing it. So
100%.
I don't know how many people's going to be there, but I know it's going to be a lot. And if they ain't there, they're stupid. But you're the best, Coach. God bless you.
Likewise. I appreciate it.
Hit me up, man.
Always.
All right, I'll check you later. Thank you.
Have fun in Charlotte.
We're going to have it, man. I love it. I'm blessed, man. Love you, brother. See you.
All right, bye.